Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I would love it if you liked, commented, and subscribed into this video. I know we're less than 20 seconds in, but I don't care. You should do it regardless. But anyways, today's video is one that I had meanwhile I was trying to fall asleep, because that's where all my best ideas come from, when I'm trying to fall asleep. That's where the idea for this video came. That's where I had the brilliant idea to study algebra in my sleep. And I mean, because of that, I think is the only reason why I passed my Algebra 1 exam. So I didn't have to repeat algebra, even though I was shit in the class. But whatever. So I thought about making this video, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. I don't think this video... Does this video come as a surprise? I don't know. I tried to be a little clickbaity in the title. Tell me if you like it. But I tried to be a little clickbaity, but I think most of us here know my political stances. I'm gonna get into it. Obviously, you've seen the title. But I think since the beginning of this channel, I've made my stances pretty clear. Like every single time that I would talk about the link down in my description down below that has a bunch of links and petitions, links to petitions that you can sign about Black Lives Matter, and more important issues, because in this household it's, and then I would let NWA song play. You know the one. So I've made that pretty clear, right? I'm like 99.9% sure I have. And I think that because of that, everyone and their mothers would call me a liberal, or whatever variation of that: liberal, leftist, socialist, communist. I don't care what you label me at this point. And that's mainly the point of this video, is that my political beliefs aren't really political beliefs. It's more just human rights issues that have been politicized, because I guess that's what we do in America now. We just politicize everything. I forgot to add something to my list. Hold on. Because I have a list right down here of all the topics that I wanted to talk about, because all of these topics might be triggering to some. So I wanted to make sure that I had it like listed down so that I can include the trigger warnings as appropriately as I could. But all of these issues on this paper right now are just human rights issues that we as a society in America have decided to politicize and say whether you're a bad guy or a good guy, because you believe that a human being should be put first or not. You get me? And I'm not trying to make this like a political video, because again, these are just issues that have been politicized, that shouldn't be politicized, because we should be thinking about the human beings involved in these situations before we think about anything else, right? So the list of topics include police brutality, abortion, LGBTQ2S rights, the border, health insurance, COVID-19, and gun violence. So going through the first topic, police brutality, right? Police shouldn't kill people. That's it. I'm done. I'm kidding. But police shouldn't be killing. Police are not the Police are not the whole checks and balances system. I am so sorry that you guys put that much weight onto a badge and a uniform, but that's not it. Police are supposed to look for people who are criminals, who committed a crime, go to them, arrest them, and then we have a whole jury trial and whatever, you know, anything, you get me? They're not the person who arrests, executes, judge, jury, execution. No, they are not the whole checks and balances system. I am so sorry. They are not the whole legislative system. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I think I'm gonna have to remind you guys of Amendment number 6, which declares that everyone in this country, all 30 million of us, 31 million of us, all have the right to a speedy trial, meaning that we have the right to sit on trial and have a jury of our peers decide whether we're innocent or not. And I know that system is extremely flawed and extremely skewed for people of color and Black people. I know that. But typically that's how it's supposed to go. That's how it's stated in the 6th Amendment. And I know we all care about amendments because I can hear everyone clickety-clacketing on their keyboard. Amendment number 2. When I said gun violence, I hear you typing your little paragraph, John. I can hear you. I can hear you. But I don't think you guys read past freedom of speech and the right to bear arms, because you would know that the 6th Amendment exists if you did. It's not that far from the list. It's in our Bill of Rights. We have the right to a trial, and to go to trial, it means that you have to be alive. Our constitutional right is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, okay? And I know when the Constitution was written and when all of this stuff was written, it was only for white men. But we have moved past as a society to encompass all the 31 million Americans that exist in this country. So, with all of that being said, police are not the judge, the jury, or the executioner. They're just the people who look for the bad guy, put them in handcuffs, and take them to the police station. That's all they're supposed to do. You guys putting so much weight onto a badge and a uniform that anyone can revoke and quit from is so wacky to me, because I really don't understand it. There are so many other professions that put their lives on the line, and you guys couldn't even give 3 shits about them if you tried. Like firefighters, for example, they put their lives out on the line constantly, and now is when they're getting paid $15 an hour, which, if you saw last week's video, $15 an hour is still shit. But now is when they're getting paid that, even though they put their lives on the line every single day. Teachers put their lives on the line every single day because you never know what the hell is going to happen at this ranky-danky school. They put their lives on the line and they get what? $2 an hour? And I know it's like salary based, but you get me, right? There are so many other people who put their lives on the line, and you guys put so much weight onto police to think that they're the whole legislative system now, as if we didn't create a whole process for that. Back in 1776, the year you guys like to masturbate to. Yeah, we created a whole system there of checks and balances to make sure that no one gets out of whack. But yet you guys are assigning the executive branch of that legislative power. Sit with that for a second as we move on to the second topic, abortion. Why don't y'all want to give people who can bear children rights? I'm gonna try to be as inclusive as I can with my language. because I understand that it's not just women who can have children, it's also trans men and non-binary people who can have children, so I'm going to try to be as inclusive as I can. But I don't understand what the issue is. Because again, if men were able to produce children, you could get an abortion at fucking Publix if you really wanted to. But no, because we hate people who can bear children, y'all are like, no, absolutely can't have that. I am so sorry. That's not the way this is gonna function around in these parts. Like, excuse me, but just a question. If 6 weeks is considered life, why can't we take out an insurance policy on them? Why can't we put them on our taxes? Like, why can't we do things that would encompass that thing inside of a person is a human being? And I hear all you religious zealots, but I would like to remind you all that the people from 1776 stated that there shall be a separation between church, your religious beliefs, and state, the government. Not to mention, we also have the First Amendment, Amendment 1.2, right? Freedom of religion, meaning that all the 31 million Americans in this country can practice whatever religion they feel like practicing. So we as a country cannot force Christian beliefs onto them, because we as a country need to remain unbiased. So we can't have our religious beliefs clouding that. Okay, not to mention that anything can produce a heartbeat, and even someone with a heartbeat can be taken off life support because they're brain dead. And even then, babies fetuses don't have many brain waves up until close to them being born. So they're practically brain dead, and anything can produce a heartbeat. So I don't know why we're considering it life. It also can't exist outside of the mother's body for most of the time. You can't take a 6-week-old embryo out into the world, or if not, it's gonna die. Yeah. I also don't know why we're valuing a clump of cells more than a living, breathing human being that's been on this planet for 10 years minimum, because, people do things to their kid that is questionable. But typically a person who gets a period starts their period at 8 or 10, stuff like that. So they've been alive for longer. They've had a beating heartbeat this whole time. They've had brain waves this whole time. They've been existing this whole time. So I don't know why we're devaluing their life as opposed to someone else's life, or why we're going to force even more trauma onto women who have been through situations. You guys are gonna have to sit down with that one as well as I go again with as I continue into the next topic, LGBTQ2S rights. Why do y'all not like gay people? I'm serious. Why do y'all not like gay people? Because it goes against your religious beliefs? Yeah, but guess what? Not everyone has your religious beliefs. Not everyone's a Christian, Kimberly. Not everyone is. So you're going to have to start treating people who don't share the same beliefs as you as human beings. And I mean, being in the community is not a belief. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't remember being in my mother's womb and some like teleprompter coming up and being like, do you wish to be part of the gay community? Yes or no? Like, I don't remember that. I don't. It never happened. So I never chose it. There was never a teleprompter in my life being like, gay, yes, no. There was never that. So it was never a choice that I decided to make. Like, I didn't wake up one day and I was like, you know what? Today's a good day to be bi. Today's a good day to love women. Like, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. So you're gonna have to stop. And again, with the discrimination laws that are currently going around, where the government has decided that apparently staff at schools can check your children's genitals, do I need to remind y'all that there is separation between church and state, and also that is extremely predatory and disgusting? I feel like I have to, because I don't think y'all are understanding that there is separation between church and state, and that is extremely disgusting. But anyways, y'all can sit on that one as I move into the next topic, the border, aka the Mexican-Texas border. One, I'm gonna need y'all to remember that we stole the land of Texas along with other states from Mexico. Like, we stole that. We stole that. Like, we went up to Mexico and we were like, thank you. We stole that from them. And again, they're just people trying to come here for a better life. Like, and this hits close to me because I'm the child of immigrants. And right now when I'm filming this, I'm doing more research into Cuba and what's going on over there. That's where my family is from. That's where my parents immigrated from. I'm doing more research into that, and you know, just everything. You guys are gonna see it in September. But being the child of immigrants, I feel like I understand more than anyone the intentions that immigrants come into this country for. And immigrants come into this country to just look for something that can be better for their children, because that's what my parents came here for. They wanted, you know, it saddens me because immigrants look at our country as this like oasis, this utopia where they can come here and, you know, maybe work a little harder and get a better life for themselves and for the people that they love the most. But then when they do come into this country, they have to deal with people screaming at them that they're stealing their jobs, even though, like, we get paid less. That's why people hire us to do shitty jobs, because they know that they can pay us less. They know that they can discriminate against us as opposed to the white man. I think, like, Hispanic women, Latinx women make like 50 cents or something like that, as opposed to the white man's dollar. We get paid less than a white person, than a white man ever will. That's why we're hired to do rigorous, like, jobs. We're not stealing them from you guys. They just want us because they can pay us less money than they can ever pay you. And even if you know, we're both on the same playing field, you wouldn't want the job either way. You would never want a job like my father's where you have to travel 2 hours to unload big, like, tanks. Would you do that? Day in and day out at 4 in the morning? No, you wouldn't. You'd say how it's inhumane, but we can't say that. That's why we're hired. And then we have to face hate crimes as well when we were just looking for a place for our children to not have to deal with the issues of our country, but then they have to deal with the issues of this country. And the racism, the hatred that people carry in their being. Because I don't even think y'all have hearts, because if you had hearts, you'd be empathetic to our issues. You'd be empathetic to all the issues that I have talked about and will talk about. Because that's what a human being is. We put human beings before anything. Before race, before sexuality, before a gun even. That's what we're supposed to be doing. And that's why I don't want to say I'm a liberal. That's why I don't want to say I'm a leftist, even though that's what I have to say. Because I want to put human beings before I put anyone or anything else. Moving on to the next topic, health insurance. People shouldn't have to die because they can't spend thousands of dollars on life-saving medicine. That's it. That's my hot take. People shouldn't have to die because they can't afford something. Because medicine is not a luxury. A luxury is like a Tesla car or something like that. Not insulin. Not a house. And I know we're talking about health insurance, but still, a house, clothing, food, water, medicine, those are not luxuries that we should have to pay thousands of dollars for. Those are things that we need for survival. Hey guys, editing Jess here, editing this at my beautiful desk because I want to edit this quickly so that I can have it up, and you'll see why at the end. But I forgot to mention this when I was talking about COVID-19, which is the topic that we're getting into right now. I forgot to mention this even though I wanted to, but because of COVID-19, Asian Americans have been blamed for the virus, and hate crimes have increased, and I just would like to say that that's stupid as hell, and quite frankly disgusting, because a group of human beings are not responsible for a virus outbreak. And even if they were, you should be doing whatever you can to stop the spread, but you're not. So figure that out within yourselves and stop blaming a group of individuals for the COVID-19 outbreak and how it got shitty here in America real quick because no one gave 3 fucks. COVID-19, please just fucking get vaccinated if you can. I understand that there are situations with people who are immunocompromised and they cannot get vaccinated or have other health issues where it's just better for them not to get vaccinated than for them to get vaccinated. And I know that there are racial issues as well within medicine because racism. So I know, like, because of the Tuskegee stuff that occurred and other stuff that are currently occurring right now, like how Black women are 3 times more likely to die in child labor than other women or other people. I know that there is like that racial scare of like, oh, what if they're gonna like inject me with something that's not the vaccine or something like that. So I completely understand and am empathetic towards all those. But if those things don't currently affect you, and you refuse to get vaccinated, and you refuse to wear a mask, and you refuse to social distance, and you refuse to stay at home, what the fuck do you want? Because obviously COVID is not a hoax when new variations are coming out of the blue because you decided that you're better than everyone else. And again, this isn't a political belief. This is just science. I don't know if I'm going, because I did research into the COVID vaccine, and I know people are like, research, you're the research. If I'm the research, I'm completely okay with that as well. I haven't died, I haven't grown a third limb, and I'm not magnetic, so I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. I was only sick for a day, and then I was fine. And I much prefer that than being in a hospital with other people who are sick, nurses pulling their hair out because they're so stressed out, and on the verge of their 5th breakdown in the week. And being stuck to a machine so that I can breathe. I much prefer having the flu and laying in my bed for a day than going through that. And also, again, with the new variants coming out the wazoo because people decided that they're way better than the vaccine, or 500,000 people dying. I think more than 500,000 people dying because people have decided that they're way better than the vaccine and would much rather listen to fucking Tucker Carlson, the fucking loser that Fox News literally said that no reasonable person listens to, or Facebook that's just filled with misinformation and no one fucking fact checks. Because I know y'all don't read something on Facebook and you're like, oh wait, let me go check this out. Because if you did, you would realize that it's bullshit. So if you can, please get your damn COVID vaccine. It wouldn't kill you. I can assure you it wouldn't kill you because I got my vaccine. Almost everyone that I know has gotten their vaccine. The people watching this, I know most of y'all. And I know y'all got your vaccines. And I know y'all are doing great. So if you've made it to this point and you're fully vaccinated, please comment down below and tell us about your experience so that maybe we can force the fucking dumbasses in the world to get their vaccine. Last but not least, let's talk about gun violence. Specifically mass shootings. I am of the belief that we should not be handing guns willy-nilly to people. I know it's crazy, and I'm not here to take away all your guns. Trust me, I wish I could be the Republican nightmare of a fully vaccinated, magnetized human being that can just fly up into the sun like I was Icarus and collect all your guns and blow up into the sun. I wish I was that because that would sound way cooler than what I do in my life currently. Do you think being a college student is funner than doing all that? Hell no, but I can't. 1, because I'm not magnetized, and 2, I can't fly, and 3, I don't want to take away anyone's guns. I completely understand having a gun for safety reasons because you're afraid that someone may break into your house and you feel more reassured having a weapon in your home when the other person also has a weapon on them, so that, you know, you can, like, you get me. I completely understand that. I completely understand safety reasons. What I don't understand is handing a gun to mentally ill people, and I don't say this to be ableist, I really don't. But handing a gun to mentally ill people who can cause harm and want to. Because to be 5150'd into a psych ward, you have to show that you are a danger to either yourself or to others. And I think that rule should also apply to people who want to buy a gun. I think we should have extensive background checks where we make sure that this person will not be a danger to themselves or others if they purchase this gun. And I know that people can purchase guns and sell them on the streets. I'm not stupid. But that would at least hopefully prevent some gun violence out there. And if people see that their child is exhibiting toxic or scary behaviors, then they can, put the gun away. But yeah, that's my little clickbaity video, I guess you can call it, where I ramble to you about social issues that involve human lives and shouldn't be politicized, but because they are, I am deemed a liberal by the society. Yes, I am tired. These are real eye bags under my eyes. I don't know if you can really enjoy this video, but yeah. I'll see you guys next time with a much chiller video that I already filmed before this one because I am a mad woman. I am filming this currently on July 22nd, which I know you're like, damn, Jess. But I'm filming this on July 22nd because tomorrow, July 23rd, is my first day at work. So I wanted to have some videos prepared already so that, I don't have to stress out later on in my life. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time with that much chiller video. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you're gonna comment, feel free to, tell us your vaccination status. And I only care if you're fully vaccinated, because those are the people who are important to me. Yes, I am anti-vax phobic. You're gonna have to deal with it because I believe in science and facts, not Tucker fucking Carlson and Facebook. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time.